What's up, YouTube? Upstate Prepper here, coming at you live 2 days after the election. So, 270 or bust. As of right now, it looks as though the Democratic candidate, Joe Biden, will be named the victor. 264 is what he has right now. He needs 6 to get at the magic number of 270. And coincidentally, it looks as though he's going to win Nevada by a very small margin. And coincidentally, they have 6 electoral votes. That puts him at 270. So where does that leave us? I see trouble coming. Trouble coming. Because you see, if Donald Trump wins the election, trouble comes. If Joe Biden wins the election, trouble comes faster. And that's where we're at right now. If you're like me, you might want to take this time to start putting things in order. You really should have already had things in order. I made the conscious decision to go gray for the last few weeks. I haven't posted. I've stayed off of Facebook. No social media for the Upstate Prepper. I didn't want to draw adverse attention to myself at that point in time. However, now we're here. That was then and this is now. Things are going to be coming. This will be going to the Supreme Court. Trump will take it to the Supreme Court. Probably his only hope will be in the fact that he was able to get Amy Barrett in there. Maybe that will help in the Supreme Court. In any other election previously, the election would have been over. Would have been over Tuesday night. And all these votes that are being tallied and counted after midnight that weren't absentee ballots, which are legitimate mail-in ballots, but all of these other mail-in ballots, unsolicited ballots mailed out massively to people. I myself received two ballots, not one, two. Would not even be being counted. They would be illegal. That means Trump would have won Nevada. That means Trump wins North Carolina. That means Trump wins Georgia. That means Trump won Pennsylvania. That means Trump would win Michigan. And Trump would win Wisconsin. 4 years ago, that's exactly what would have happened. 4 years before that, that's exactly what would have happened. 4 years before that, that is exactly what would have happened. And so on down the line. That's how it's always happened. Now we use the cerveza bug as a political tool to remove a president. And we make illegal changes to the way states are running their elections that completely violate the Constitution. The Constitution clearly states that the election laws are to be made by each individual state's body of representatives, not by election officials. The job of an election official is to count votes ensure the accuracy of votes and ensure the legality of votes, not to dictate how people vote. In some states, they rushed to the legislatures. We can't get anything else done in government. Nothing happens. But somehow we managed to get this through weeks before the election to change the election laws in particular states. Many states didn't even go through this process, which thus becomes part of the problem. The state legislatures did not change the laws in their state to allow drive-up voting, unsolicited mail-in voting, directly contradicting the Constitution. But hey, that seems to be what is fashionable nowadays. Pennsylvania, Trump's still winning in Pennsylvania as of right now, the day after the election. Oh, looky here, 120,000 votes for Joe Biden that we haven't run through the machine. Look what we found. Amazing. Tens of thousands of dead Americans somehow figured out how to vote for Joe Biden in this election. How does that happen? How does the dead vote? How does a state tally more votes than it has registered voters? How does someone vote in a state that they don't have legal residency in? How does that happen? If I live in New York, I don't get to vote in New York and then drop down to Pennsylvania and go throw a vote into Pennsylvania too, just because I own some property in Pennsylvania. It's one thing to lose an election. It's another to steal it. 4 years ago, Trump, and ever since, has been told he is not the legitimate president because Hillary Clinton got a few more votes than he did. Although he won the Electoral College, which is how we elect presidents in this country. 4 years later, the Electoral College is just fine. There's nothing wrong with the Electoral College. Our guy won. If you're not getting ready for SHTF by now, you never will. It's your responsibility to protect your children. It's your responsibility to raise your children. This isn't how we do that. We don't protect our children this way. The United States of America that I grew up in is ceasing to exist. It's already significantly different. And 10 years from now, it will not be recognizable. The republic is over. We may never see a Republican or conservative president again. I'll repeat that. We might not ever see a Republican president ever again. and you complain over a two-party system. We're going to go into this a little bit more. I think it's safe to assume that Joe Biden will be announced as the winner of the election. Does it mean the world is over tomorrow? No. No, it don't. In fact, you won't see a whole lot of change right away until Kamala Harris becomes president, when Joe Biden either passes away or completely loses his mental faculties altogether. He's already demonstrated that they're on their way out the door. It won't be long before he's completely incompetent. I give it a year tops. And it'll be President Harris. Then, my friends, then it's done. It's a lot to think about, a lot to reflect over. Food, water, a means of protection, shelter, clothing. You better be getting ready. You better be getting ready. I'm the Upstate Prepper, and I'll talk to you soon.